welcome to another episode of Paranormal Perspective. I'm John Lorden, and joining me as always,
Christy Arnhart.
Christy Arnhart, taking on the challenge once again to pull me back from the brinks of skepticism and try to make me become a believer, which I kind of used to be. Yeah, kind of used to be. Then I looked into things too much, and then I went, this stuff probably isn't true anymore. But Christy has been fighting for it for, I don't know, like 30, 40 episodes at this point.
Yes.
She hasn't run out of gas, and she hasn't run out of topics. Christy, what is the topic for today?
Well, today we will be discussing the Skinwalker legends of the Navajo and the Western Native tribes.
Ooh, I like that one. Skinwalkers.
Yeah.
Okay. And obviously we record this in front of a live audience. Christy, what's the question we're going to be putting to the audience today for their feedback?
It's simple. Do you believe that skinwalkers are real?
All right. Sounds good. Go ahead and
Okay.
take us on the paranormal trip, Christy.
Okay, I'm ready. So one thing everyone needs to know from the beginning here is that we're talking about the Skinwalker legends and myths. I'm not going to be talking about Skinwalker Ranch. You know, they've had their sightings and whatnot, but it's so wrapped up in portals and aliens, and that seems to just, detract from the original myths, and that's what I want to look at.
Well, hasn't
It's really hard.
that show's been going on for like 10 years already too, or something, right?
A while.
Yeah.
The last time I watched it, they were shooting lasers across the sky to try to figure out where the portal was that everybody was coming through, and that's when I was like,
Yeah.
I don't like this anymore.
You have to wonder about when there's like a television show or a production like that wrapped up in that belief. Like, obviously, the people that are producing that have a vested interest in keeping that story going or keeping that belief going, and that could possibly skew things. So I think it's a good call for you to kind of separate that a little bit from what we're talking about.
Yeah, because they talk a lot about skinwalkers. They talk about large animals on their property and things like that. But it's really hard to find information on skinwalkers because it's taboo for the tribes to talk about them. They believe that you can bring you can bring evil onto yourself by even discussing them, which is one of the reasons why I keep dinging the Wendigo until like the end of the playlist, because I don't want to do it yet. They really scare me. And I'm one of those people that, I do think you can bring evil on yourself. So have not tackled that one yet, but this is pretty close. When you're looking into skinwalkers, you're going to see a lot of people who use them interchangeably with wendigos, and they are not the same creature at all. So according to Wikipedia, skinwalkers, which translates to with it or by means of it, he goes on all fours. Now, they are a type of harmful witch who has the ability to turn into, possess, or disguise themselves as any animal. They can do it as people too, but you see more of animals running around that people believe are skinwalkers. And contrary to our beliefs, in the native tribes, it's usually a man. The medicine men, witches, all of that in their culture are usually men, although you will see some women in there too. So the next picture that we have is of a Hopi Kachina doll. And this is supposed to be what they think, a skinwalker looks like. They would use these Kachina dolls to typically tell young women and new brides about Katsinas, which are immortal beings that bring rain and control other aspects of nature and society. So it's just tells them about the human world, the spiritual world, and all of that wrapped into one. And these Kachina dolls, they're rare to find today. And I can remember when I lived in Arizona in the 80s, you could still buy these. And I really regret that I never bought one now.
Yeah, they're pretty cool looking. And as a piece of art, they're beautiful. And then to know that there's kind of that lore and backstory to them, and that they would be used to explain beliefs and traditions like that is really, really cool. Yeah, I like this guy.
It is. I would love to have one. Now, a skinwalker is someone who will go out of their way to cause evil and mischief against you and your family if you tick them off. Usually they creep everyone out. Everyone looks at an unusual animal and they're like, oh, that must be a skinwalker. Well, no, not necessarily. Of course not. But, if you've ticked somebody off lately and you start seeing a weird animal around, that is probably a skinwalker and you need to do something to right that situation. Most of the instances that I've read about has been people are out, especially in desert areas, and they'll have an animal that's too big to be a wolf or a coyote that they've normally seen, and they will actually run beside their car and keep pace with them. They speed up, they slow down, they're going way faster than the animal should be able to go.
Yeah.
So you see a lot of those on Reddit, but they're still very scary.
I kind of like the idea of that if you see an animal, you should think that you might have wronged someone and maybe you should look to make amends. Because, we live on Earth. We're going to be seeing animals. And I just kind of like that belief structure of kind of always checking yourself about like, oh, shoot, did I wrong someone? Is there someone I should have a conversation with or a apology or something like that? It's kind of a way into nudging you into just being a better person in an interesting way.
It is. Yeah. It is. And all of these myths, they also speak to survival.
Yeah.
So, if you're in these desert areas, avoid the strange and super weird, but be conscientious of everybody around you. Try to help people. It's a hard environment to be in. You have to have a society going for that. But these guys are just the opposite of any light and happiness out there. History.denverlibrary.org told me, this is how you become a skinwalker. The Navajo tribe believes that a person is said to gain the power to become a skinwalker upon initiation into the witchery way. Now, the initiation into the witchery way involves murdering a close relative or especially a sibling. They are associated with necrophilia, with grave robbing, if I can spit that out. Mm-hmm. And once they're initiated into the witchery way, they're pure evil. There's no coming back. There's no change in what they are. They are darkness.
Okay.
It's pretty scary.
Yeah, and again, if you take that and kind of apply it to general humanity, it's that kind of thought of like, once you cross that line in terms of being evil in that way, that you're never the same.
Yeah, no, yeah. And you're not. Yeah. And especially if you got to kill a sibling or something. I mean, this is hardcore, to become a skinwalker. It's got to be something that you want.
Yeah.
Which is just terrible. And you'll find all kinds of videos out there. And of course, some of them are just silly things, but I have taken a great amount of time to sift through the best of what the internet has to offer in this instance. We have a video that'll come up first.
Okay.
I think it's the best footage of a skinwalker I've got, to be honest with you.
All right. Well, let's take a look at this together. Wait, this can't be the right video.
Oh, it is. This is a skinwalker in transformation.
I think he's holding someone's swim top, I think.
Well, I mean, there's a reason.
Okay. All right. Let's find out this reason together here. Oh, goodness. Christy.
Sorry about that.
You're trying to give us all nightmares.
It must have gotten mixed in there somewhere.
Jeez, Christy. Are you getting me back? Okay, hold on. I think I know where this is coming from. We gotta talk this out, because I feel like I might have wronged you. And now in seeing this, it's made me think maybe I owe you an apology. So Christy reached out to me recently and told me about a supernatural event that happened at her home. And I don't want to say I was dismissive, but I did ask for photographic evidence, as you guys might imagine. Anyone that watches this show probably says, yeah, John's probably going to want to see photographic evidence of that. Do you want to explain to them what happened?
Well, I have been noticing that since we started doing this show, I have had odd things happen in the house, and we never had anything odd happen in here before, and I've lived here for years. And it's always the same thing. I go to look for something and I cannot find it. I look everywhere, and then I come back and it's sitting there in the open where I couldn't have missed it to begin with. The other night, my husband and I are cooking dinner. I had bought some new dishwashing detergent and we couldn't find it anywhere. I mean, we were looking in the freezer, the cabinets, the bathroom, everywhere. And he had been standing at the stove cooking for, I'd say, about 10 minutes or so before we started looking. When we came back to the kitchen, it was sitting in the middle of the stove, like on the top of the middle of the stove. And there's no way he could have cooked and missed that.
Unless he was like, what was he? What was the meal he was cooking? It didn't have dishwashing detergent in it, I take it.
No, it did not.
So I asked Christy for photographic proof. And what was your response to that? I can't remember.
I said, for fuck's sake, man.
Okay. Okay. You could have gone two ways. You could have sent me a picture of the bottle of soap on your stove.
That wouldn't work.
Yeah, I would have died laughing at that too. Or you could have gone the other way. So, okay. My apologies if I insulted you. Now I hope I don't see any large animals anywhere. Let's continue.
They're going to be acting like some of these animals.
Yeah.
Well, not this one.
Okay. All right. Moving along. What do we have next here, Christy? What is this?
This one, that is a skinwalker that has been harassing this man on his porch.
Oh, no. Not one of these.
Here it is.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, if a skinwalker wants to come up and take a look and just sneak away like that, I'm okay with it.
Well,
I'm kind of impressed. Like, it's pretty good. One more time here. The text is nonsense, but it's a good effect. It's a good effect. I like that one.
Scary.
You know, I mean,
the ones that
I think it could be CGI. But there's some compelling things happening in it. You can see the reflection as it's moving across. There's a window here, and they actually added, I believe, they added the reflection in the window as well so that it would sell it. There's also a light that you can see up here overhead, and it does cast a shadow. Let's run it one more time. Yeah, the sound and the text doesn't need to be there to sell this. Yeah, I think, the reflection is good. The shadow is pretty good. It's actually compelling video evidence.
Mm-hmm.
I wish it wasn't cheapened by the sound effects and by the text, to be honest with you. Yeah, I like that one. What do you think of that? Do you think that one's real, or do you think it's CGI?
I don't think it's CGI. If anything, I think it's someone dressed up.
Really?
They're shooting a video. Yeah.
I don't know that I think it's a costume. It could be, I guess.
Put them in a white bodysuit and make their arms longer. It almost looks like Slender Man's naked, slipping around.
Yeah. That's a good one, though. I will take that one could be debated. Like some of these we look at and I'm just like, nah. That one, there's enough to analyze and look at and kind of debate. It's just been super cheapened by the presentation, like the sound effects and the text. But that doesn't take away from the conversation that could be had around the viability. For me.
Well, and on the next one, I don't remember if they had some stupid music playing with it or not. Okay. But this is a compilation of animals, and it scares me.
Uh-oh.
What is that?
I don't know.
Y'all in the chat, tell me. What kind of animal is that?
It almost looks like a hyena crossed with a horse.
Well, I thought maybe it might be a hyena, but I've honestly never saw one unless it's on like the Lion King.
Yeah, I'm gonna let the. Okay, so hyena comes back. from Mike in the chat. Chris says, Aardwolf. Is that a real thing, an Aardwolf? Yeah. I don't think so. This looks like a little guy. And the dimensions... Oh, ooh. The East African Aardwolf. It's close.
Try looking up Brazilian wolf. Jenna says that she thinks it's a tall Brazilian wolf.
Oh, it is. We have a winner. This is why I love doing this with a live audience.
Good job, Jenna, because I had this looked like 3 different animals cobbled together to me.
Yeah, Jenna nailed it. Like, this one is a perfect match.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Oh,
Good
now
job,
I want
Jenna.
one.
Good job. All right, so 1 down. There's more animals here, though, right?
Oh, yeah. What is wrong with this dog?
Well, I almost
You
feel
gotta
like it's a
play it.
statue. I don't feel like
No, it's not.
Oh, no, he moved.
But that's it.
He's got a pretty silly face going on.
It's terrifying. And look at this one. If my dog did this, she's already freaking out. Look at that.
Oh, my goodness. Come on.
Oh, come on.
Oh, he's just being cute. All right. Well, but the thing is about the second 2, we know that they're dogs. It's just they're dogs doing bizarre things, right? This one is really...
That terrifies me.
I wouldn't be scared of him. Or this one. I certainly wouldn't be scared of this one.
I'd be in bed crying just like she is.
I have a cat. I have a cat that looks at me like that all the time. Stanley looks at me like that all the time.
You expect it from a cat.
Yeah. Side eye. Yeah, that's a good call, LA. Definitely some side eye going on there.
Yes, creepy doggo.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. What's this next one? What do you got for us now?
More animals.
More animals. Okay. All right.
Look at him.
That's
weird.
Like he has like a monkey body or something.
He's muscular. And what if it is because he's in transformation?
It's bizarre looking, and my brain isn't able to comprehend it, like how it could be just a regular dog. Yeah, that's really bizarre. Oh,
there
not
he
this
is
guy
again.
Everyone loves this guy.
They don't have a dog.
Yeah.
Where did that one come from? That's scary. That is
No,
scary.
that's hilarious. I want to give that dog a hug right now. Okay. I was just a dog chasing someone.
Oh, this one freaks me out.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
I missed it. Hold on, we got to run that again. Oh, come on now.
It stood up and opened the door. Look at this.
No, I was looking for a kitchen knife.
And there's this one again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cry, little cry girl.
I might be becoming a fan of creepy dog compilations. I'm
I'm
enjoying this. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Merlin's a good girl. What?
Yeah, that's because it was a Skinwalker.
It was
parading
ruined
as your dog.
Ruined by people again. Ruined by people, Christy. Too many people trying to hit it on social media, ruining otherwise strong evidence.
You'll find others. A lot of them are just hoaxes.
Okay.
There was one in 2014 and you see this picture everywhere online.
Yeah.
And it was hoaxed. It was from an 80s movie.
This?
That one.
What the?
They said, "Oh my God, she caught this on her ring footage, this chick, and it is a Skinwalker mid-transformation. Because see, look, there's his butt and everything.
Mm-hmm.
He's just
mm-hmm.
turned wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is from an old 80s movie that nobody watched.
Well, someone had to see it because they stole the picture and then put it out
So
there
yeah,
to get
when you see
attention.
it, that is not a real one.
Yeah. Once again, to get attention on social media. Good
No,
job,
but the
folks.
others are.
Yeah. Oh, those were
So
real.
you see us. I believe so.
Those were real creepy dogs. I definitely saw some creepy dogs, and we saw a Brazilian wolf. Thank you, Jenna.
Which was awesome.
That was awesome. And we all learned something here today. But did Christy bring enough proof to answer the question, do you believe in skinwalkers? And I see Christy is hitting the vote button as hard as she can right now, trying to pop
I've already
the
done
vote.
it.
Mm-hmm. We are ending the poll. It's pretty close, but I do think it's decisive. 53% said no. 46% said yes. You should feel pretty good about that. That's almost a 50-50. And if it was within 2% of the split, I would call it a tie. But for this one, 1% too many, and you know what that means.
It means that 46% of the audience will live an encounter with a skinwalker, and the rest of you will be over there playing with a possessed dog.
You just need to hug the possessed dog. That's all. They just need hugs.
Seriously.
Mm-hmm. Chris Donovan has her own poll running in the chat. She says, "Are creepy dogs real?" And she votes yes.
Well, yeah. Yeah, they are.
Creepy dogs
I
are
agree
real
with
for
you
sure.
there.
Well, we survived
But
another
yeah.
episode. Yes.
Even just the cultural skinwalker, that is scary.
Yeah, and there's something I really appreciate about hearing these stories where there is a ancient lore tied to it or something like that, because there always seems to be some type of messaging in it. Yes, sometimes it's about scaring your children into behaving or things like that, but the ones that we heard today, like, I'm really moved by. I'm like, that's kind of a cool thing. Like, yeah, double check yourself every now and then. Think about how you're treating people close to you. I really like that.
Think about
one.
it. The next time you let your dog in, make sure it's your dog.
Yeah, and you know what? Maybe give them an extra treat or two, and they won't look at you all side-eye like that.
I saw one guy who had put up a video, and he was like, this deer come up on my porch, and it's weird. And he opens the door, and there's a daggum goat standing there. I'm like, man, don't you know the difference between a goat and a deer?
Hey, we just learned about Brazilian wolves today, so I can't knock
True.
that.
That's true.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your hard work on this, Christy. We really appreciate it. And thank you to our live audience and you guys, our post-live audience. Ooh, that sounded creepy. Post-live audience. We'll see you on the next episode. Take care, everybody.